Hi, I'm Ron Rosenberg, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about depression and what it means and what it's meant to me, and why I chose halfway through my career to change careers to help people with depression. I grew up in East Lansing, um, and I was a very overweight, unpopular kid, and I knew what the pain of depression was then. I always felt like I never fit in. Um, the interesting thing was when I had time to reflect about that, I wrote a letter on one of the internet sites from highschool.com or something, talking about how I felt that I was made to feel different and blah blah blah. And at the end, I said, you know what? I want to thank all of you for doing that, because I am different, and it's because I'm different that I get to do what I do best in life, and what I love to do, and that's help people with this devastating disease of depression. I went through many phases in my career. I went to pharmacy school. I was a surgery resident. I did obstetrics and gynecology. I did gynecologic oncology. And I was never satisfied or happy with what I was doing for people. I grew up with any benefit one could want in society, and it was my turn. It's my turn to give back to society, and I wasn't in the things that I was doing. I'd always wanted to be a psychiatrist. When I was a medical student, there were only two drugs in psychiatry, and nobody got better. So I decided not to do that, and picked OBGYN because, as we know, women are twice as likely to have depression as men. From that, I was chief of OBGYN at Troy Beaumont for about 3 years. Then I went back and did a residency in psychiatry. What I also found out was that psychiatrists didn't know what I needed to know either. The obstetricians didn't know, were oblivious to the problems that I would see with women, and the psychiatrists would say, well, that's the OBGYN's problem. And so these women who I would see would be caught between a rock and a hard place. There was no place for them to go, and I wanted to make a difference in some way for people. I use combinations of medication that are not standard, but I think that's because the people that I see aren't standard also. We all know there's a regular bell curve, and that's where 99% of us fit in. I believe the patients that I see are the outliers, the ones right on the edges of that bell curve, and those are the ones who need different kinds of treatments and more, and maybe a little more special care, and that's what I enjoy doing.